1, 2, 3, ho! Alright guys, welcome back to another video. I know it's been a minute and we've been kind of MIA. And if you're wondering where we've been, I've been doing a lot of more content on TikTok. So go ahead and follow me on TikTok. So today, instead of doing what we typically do, whether it's lowering the car or making them a lot louder, today we're gonna be making this classic Mustang a lot safer. We're gonna be installing some coilovers. As you can tell, there's nothing here. I've already done all the prep work to put the coilovers in, but that's what we're gonna be doing today in this video. So let's check it out. All right guys, so I decided to go with the QA1 coilover set. It's a pretty popular set with these classic Mustangs. I've seen a couple guys have them on their car. I think it's probably the best bang for your buck. It gives you a lot of different options as far as like the stiffness and the ride quality of how you want your Mustang to be. And it also gives you the option to lower it or raise it depending on how you want it to sit. So this is the option I went with. It's a pretty simple install. It gets rid of a lot of that older suspension components, like very minor stuff, just the shocks, the springs, and then that little mount that goes in the center. But yeah, so this is what we decided to go with, and it should be a fairly simple install. All right, so the first thing we're gonna go ahead and install with this, this new install is we're gonna do this new bracket that they send you guys. It's different than your older one. Your shocks don't sit the same, so you need to replace this if whatever you order doesn't come with this. And you're gonna have to use your old hardware. So make sure you keep your old hardware that was originally in here, and you'll just reuse it for this new bracket. So that's what we're gonna do first. All right, so you're gonna need a 13mm socket to tighten these back down. If you took them off, you already know that. For holding the bottom part, because it's a flat surface under here, you can't really see it. I just use a screwdriver. I tried to use my finger, but that didn't work out so good the other day. So I'm just gonna use a screwdriver, and hopefully that works. Sweet, easy. I'm not good with instructions. So, it seems pretty straightforward, to be honest.
Tell them what happened to the brand new shocks you bought for this car.
I torqued them down to max capacity, and I broke them.
This guy brought brand new shocks for his 1966 Mustang. Goes to put them on and just snaps the bolts on them where they attach.
To be fair, this is way better, so it doesn't really matter.
To be fair.
The issue was getting the shock through the holes of the upper control arm or whatever. Is that what even it's called? I don't think so. Probably not. I don't know my parts that well. So the shock wasn't sitting there properly, so we had to try it. We had to force it kind of in there, and that's why it broke. So we decided, you know what, let's just get rid of all that and go with this, because it's a much easier install and it's gonna give it a much better ride and feel. So, but easy, yeah. These three pieces go onto here. You gotta lubricate this up, like it says right here, to prevent galling, G-A-L-L-I-N-G. How do you pronounce that? G-A-L-L-I-N-G. And then you'll need to lubricate these as well. So when you use this to adjust it, I guess it won't mess anything up, or it won't, you know, whatever. So yeah, and then once you got that stuff on, you'll just get the spring and you'll slide the spring on, and then you'll put your shock in and you'll push it up and you'll bolt it. The only thing we'll need to keep remembrance of is how much pressure we put. However many clicks we do on this side, we'll have to do the same thing for the other side.
Hear her calling, come to me. Thoughts of her won't let me be. Go to the valley, climb the hill, whatever it takes, darling. You know I will. Hey, now, darling, you have me so, darling. You have me so, darling. speaker. I won't get tired, won't go astray. I hear her calling, call my name every night, darling. Hear me so, darling. Hear me so, darling. Hear me so, darling. Hear me so.
All right, guys, so when you're installing this onto your coilovers, the first part that's gonna go on is this small part, and where that lip is, you're gonna want that facing up. So go this piece right here, and then this piece will sit on top of it, and then once you got that on, your ring will go next, and it'll just be just like that. And you'll make sure you'll want to lube up your coilover just to prevent any issues. So it'll go just like that onto your coilover, and I'll show you guys real quick. All right, so before you install your coilover and you put on these rings here to put it onto your car, you're gonna want to grease it. Just lubricate these threads, just a couple, and you'll just do all around. All right, that should be good enough. And the first one you're gonna put on is this one. Make sure that lip is facing upwards. And just all the way down until you get to the last ring. And having it on the last ring is gonna make it the lowest possible on your Mustang. So if you wanna raise it up after, you'll have to use the tool that they give you, and you can adjust it. You'll put this one on next, make sure that's facing upwards. And same thing. And then with this piece, I just lubricate, I'll lubricate both sides a little bit, and then I'll put it on there. Just like that. And then it's ready. And then you put a spring on it, and then you'll have to use the rubber thing from your previous spring and put it onto that spring, and then you'll put it in the car. So a couple quick things I did on the other side that I don't know if you guys can really see. Once I got these in place, because you're gonna have to push it and force it a bit, just make sure you line up the top where the spring is supposed to sit, and you're gonna have to force it a little bit. And if you need to, you can get a type of vice grip, and you can use this and turn it to get the angle you need to get these in. But once you get those in, I'd go ahead and jack it up a bit so you can tighten these bolts down on the bottom a little bit easier, and then you can let it down and then jack this up there. Or I mean, while it's up there, you can get it up there too, it doesn't matter. But that's kind of how I do it. So got the spring seated where it needs to sit, so let's go. All right, there you go. And that's seated right. So then I'm gonna jack it up to get this more flat so I can get my sockets under there easier and get it bolted. Oh, almost forgot the washer. Can't forget the washer. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for the QA1 install. It's pretty easy to put these coilovers in your car. I think it's a lot simpler and a better option to go than just getting new shocks and springs. I think if anything, you should take these coilovers and go this route. So it's an easy install. You guys saw how easy and simple it is. Next thing I got to do next is we put a new clutch system in this car. We went with modern drive lines. Wilwood hydraulic clutch system. So next thing I got to do is I got to bleed that system out, and then I can put this car back on the ground and finally take it for a drive. It's been sitting for about 2 to 3 weeks. That's kind of the process we've been going through for these last 2 or 3 weeks, is getting everything right with that, getting the right bell housing, a new clutch, a new flywheel. We basically upgraded the entire system, so the whole new clutch system is new, alongside new shocks and new springs. So I'm pretty excited to drive this thing again and see how it sits, see how it handles. But that's what we're gonna do next. And then once we get that finished, we'll come back and show you guys a clip of how it's sitting on the ground with these new coilovers on the car. So yeah, see you guys in a few. All right guys, that's gonna be the end of the video. We know it was a short one. We just wanted to get something out really quick for you guys because it's been a minute. But we appreciate you guys coming along with us, upgrading the suspension on the 66. If you guys want to see more content, I post daily on my TikTok. You guys go ahead and follow me on my TikTok. But besides that, guys, if you want to see more cool shots of this car, roll the clip. So we were going to show you guys some cool rolling clips of the car, but yeah, I had to put the spare on. Real quick, we just jacked up the rim, so I had to get a new one. So no quick, rolling shots, but since you guys stayed this long, make sure you guys follow my TikTok. Got more content on there, and we'll give you guys a cool sound clip because y'all stayed. So